and today looks like it could potentially be an awful day of racing for us here at Jeddah for race 2 of the Formula 2 season. As I qualify yet again at the back of the grid, it's looking like it's going to be a rough build up, especially at Jeddah where there isn't too many overtaking points. So we go down the first straight and I'm looking to try and get as many overtakes as I can, but I end up too narrow, and going into first turn I end up taking out a couple of cars and calling in the first safety car already at T1 in lap 1. After that awful manoeuvre in T1, it's time for the race to resume, and we go straight down the start finish straight, and it's looking like we could get underway for a nice little overtake here, but it takes a little while to get underway. But after a couple of turns we do manage to make a good move and build up a couple more positions. And after a few laps of racing, into lap 5 we go, and we're looking more settled in this race now. After a few turns we start to see people coming up ahead of us, and we get into a bit of a tussle with Vips. After taking a few turns side by side, with a bit of contact I do manage to overtake him. After running wide on one of the turns, it's looking like we might be losing a position here. Novalak seems to overtake us, but after a bit more fighting down the straight we managed to pip him into the next corner. And then catching up to Vips, we accidentally rear end him, and it's looking like we're going to have to make a pit stop now. Coming to the end of a lap, we do make that pit stop. We get a good turn in and a good optimal time for the pit stop, but we'll be rejoining last on the grid again. Out of the pit stop we jump straight ahead into lap 9, and after a bit of fighting we overtake someone on the straights and jump straight into some corner battles winding around the corners of Jeddah, and we do manage to stay on them and look for that overtaking position. Unfortunately it doesn't arise. Coming to the end of lap 9 now, and we set the fastest lap of the race so far. Racing on a bit more, we try to catch up to Duan, but it just doesn't look like it's possible at this minute. Into the 10th lap, and there happens to be a yellow flag. Obviously trying to take it cautiously, I race with Cadwell, but I don't seem to manage to take him. And then going into one of the corners, we hit the side and take some major damage to the front wing and tyres. This is looking like it could be a disaster, but hopefully we'll manage to keep it for the end of the race and maybe not finish last. Keeping on to Cadwell for a bit longer, we don't manage to take him and we do eventually lose him. After racing a bit longer, we go ahead and take a glance back, and we see tons of drivers behind us. We run wide into one of the corners and get overtaken immediately by one of the racers. We do manage to take him back, but going a bit further down the racetrack, and we do see that we lose another position. With this damaged car, it's not looking like we'll be able to do much to get it back. Here at the last lap for today's race at Jeddah, we go into one of the first corners of the lap and we see two people immediately in front of us trying to take them to get up to P15. We have the damaged car, remember, and it looks like we're not going to be able to get the positions that we wanted. And going into the final lap with a damaged car in P17, it's looking like we might lose a few positions here. Pushing through a bit longer into the lap, we start racing on the straights, but going into one of the turns we head wide again, losing all the way down to P20. Luckily we're still 2 positions up from the back, but we're not looking good with this damaged car now. Going into the final straight up to the start finish line, we've lost all the positions we gained and we're now down to P21. As a consolation, we didn't finish last in the race and we also got the fastest lap, but this was a dreadful race for us. So yes, come back next time for race 3 of the season at Monaco. So yeah, if you've enjoyed that guys, do be sure to leave a like on the video. The first one on this channel did exceptionally well. Remember also to check out the Discord if you are interested. And until next time, I will see you